Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to focus on clean beauty. I'm going to do a full face of makeup from clean beauty brands exclusively. I've accumulated enough products here from a variety of brands, including Typology, Westman Atelier, Jones Road, Rituel de Fille, Beckham, Kajer Weis. So it's going to be fun. I'm also just going to talk to you pretty casually about what clean beauty means to me, if I seek it out or not. And I know some of you guys are really interested in just clean beauty brands and products, and you want to know only reviews on that. My channel, of course, covers mostly luxury beauty from all different categories, not just clean. I always keep in mind good quality products with good ingredients. Sometimes that leads me towards the clean path, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of these products are well performing, and that's probably my highest priority when it comes to makeup. So let's get into it. Let's have some fun. I'm going to tie my hair back and we're going to do a full face. So I'm going to be talking to you while I'm applying my makeup. So it's going to be probably a pretty chatty video. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Some of you may not agree that some of these brands are truly clean beauty. But I'm just going off what they are marketed as, what they are labeled as. I'm not really here to get into a clean beauty debate, but I'm just wanted to clarify that for you guys. So Victoria Beckham is a brand that I've really invested in. I have a lot of products from that brand. I mostly wanted to try out Victoria Beckham, not because I'm like a huge fan of her or anything. I don't really care about celebrity brands, to be honest, but I loved the way her packaging looked. I heard great things about the quality of the products on like aging skin. So I've tried like a lot of things. I have a lot of things. And I kept buying because I kept liking the products, to be honest. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gone to Victoria Beckham just because she says she's clean. So starting with primer, the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. This is my favorite primer. The original formula. I have skincare and sunscreen on already that I've been wearing most of the day. It's late afternoon right now. So I'm applying this primer. So I believe her whole brand is clean. So skincare and makeup, just so you guys know. For complexion today, I am going to be using Typology. So this is a brand based in France. I had to order it online. I don't know that there's anywhere in the US or any stores you can go to try out this brand, unfortunately. So I had to blindly buy these things online, and I have the shade Type 1, which is for fair skin, and this is the tinted serum Type 1 Fair. This will be my foundation, and then I have the concealer Type 1 Fair. I don't have much else to say about it. It says high coverage natural finish. I wouldn't say it's high coverage, but I'll show you what these two products look like. I'll just tell you right now, I really love the tinted serum. The concealer, I don't really use that much, but because I'm sticking with the theme of the video, we're doing all clean. So you'll notice some gaps when I go through my full face of like what products I don't really have in the clean beauty space, and complexion is one of those areas where I don't have a lot, but it's something I definitely need to seek out and try more products in that area. Also, I don't have a lot of powders from clean beauty brands, unfortunately. So another thing I need to think about when I'm making my purchases. All right, so I'm gonna try this serum today. Has this really fun squeezy dropper applicator. I can't talk. So you don't have to put it directly on the face. It just visually for you guys is a bit more entertaining. But this is how I actually apply it. Oh no, I just dropped makeup on my pants. This is why you don't do this. Usually I don't drop it on myself. But you can drop it on a palette on the back of your hand and it'll probably be safer. So what I love about this serum, mostly, not really because it's clean, and I'll get into that finger quotes in a little bit, But because it's such a lightweight sheer formula that is basically skincare with a tint, like literally, most tinted moisturizers, it's more about makeup, not so much skincare. This one, I actually feel like it's more about skincare than anything else, and you get a light coverage, and it looks good even when I apply it with just my hands. So I can be on the go. I don't need to grab a tool or wet a sponge or have a clean brush nearby. I can just slap this on with my hands and it looks good. Now, if you have desire to cover a lot of things, this is probably not the product for you. If you want a nice light coverage, evening out of the skin tone, but you're not looking for a perfect skin, this product is really good. The only thing about Typology, it's kind of pricey. Also, there's not a lot of shades, which sucks. But if you are fair like me, you'll probably get along with shade 1. I really enjoy it, especially on the weekends. I don't know about you guys. Most of my weekends, I'm not dressing up and getting all dolled up and fancy. I'm just going out and doing things, focused on activities, or just lounging around. So I'm not like wanting to, I don't want to spend a ton of time on my makeup most weekends, or most of the time when I have days off work. So I like something really light. So this fits the bill. I really enjoy it. Let's get into the concealer now. This concealer, the packaging I hate. It's one of those that just keeps coming out of the tube, like constantly, just wants to come out. So that is shade 1, and I would say this is like not the perfect color for me. This looks thick, but the coverage is not full coverage. I think it goes well with the finish of the tinted serum being not very heavy. And this definitely kind of, if you need more coverage, this will help. But I do feel like any concealer, I need a little bit help to blend it out. I can't just use my hands with this, which is totally fine. I don't love the consistency of this concealer, but it's a decent lightweight, like lightish coverage concealer. It's not super heavy. I don't know if it's quite a medium. You guys will see when I blend it out. I think you guys can see it's pretty yellow. I think it's actually darker than the tinted serum. So there's a couple issues there. This isn't a perfect match, but it's not bad for what it is. All right, so I have my damp sponge here. And I'm just gonna press this in, blend it out. You know, there's not a lot of effort required with this concealer, so I do like that. But I will say, to be honest, it's not a concealer I reach for very often. It's just an odd consistency. I think if you are used to most concealers, as an American, the concealers that we use a lot, you know, like in a tube, something like this. You know, they're like basically concentrated liquid foundations. That's what we're used to working with. This concealer is like almost like a cream foundation, like very, I don't know, like there's a lot of oils in it or something. I think my complexion looks pretty good right now, so maybe I should just give it a shot and just kind of get past the weird texture and the weird color, because right now I don't notice that it's slightly yellow coming out of the tube. I also have the Jones Road, the face pencil in shade 2. I don't think I really need this, but this is kind of a good on-the-go, like kind of spot concealer. Also, like under eye brightener. The shade 2 is supposed to be for fair, you know, pink undertones, cool undertones. It's not like my favorite shade. I don't know that it's quite the match for me personally, but you could add some quick coverage there. I do want to see some, you know, foundation products from Jones Road, but this is basically what we have so far. It's not a bad option. I think if you have like touch-ups, like you wear glasses, you want to touch up the side of your nose, maybe your foundation gets removed, something like this might be a really quick fix, you know, just a little bit of here, rub it in a little bit, you know? So just wanted to quickly mention the face pencil. Now for the cheeks and other cream products. I don't know why, but I have a ton of cream product from Clean Beauty brands, especially in the cheek area. I think I have something from every brand almost here. Rituel de Fille. This is the Desire Inner Glow Cream Pigment. This is the front here. That's the brand, Rituel de Fille. This is a, I don't know, maybe some of you have heard of this brand. I don't know that it's as popular, but they have some really great cream products, and this is like a multi-purpose cream product. You can use it really anywhere, and it's a cream pigment, but you can use this one on your cheeks, and ooh, it feels a little bit dried out. It's not my favorite formula. Oh, okay, I just gotta work it in a little bit. It's been a while since I've used this one. This is not my favorite cream formula. It feels very, I don't know if waxy is the right word, but this almost feels like a lipstick texture. Also, this color looks very much like a lipstick shade, but this is like a cool tone shade that I thought would be nice for my cheeks. And getting into Clean Beauty a little bit more, there's a few trade-offs for me that I have to think about when I purchase Clean Beauty. For one, the prices of Clean Beauty is often higher than some mid-range brands, and oftentimes like 95% of the time higher than drugstore brands, which is unfortunate. I don't know that there is as much of a clean beauty market for folks that shop at the drugstore. I don't know if it's impossible to make Clean Beauty at a lower price. I'm sure there's a lot that goes on in creating formulations without certain ingredients. I don't know how difficult or easy it is. Now, some of these brands here are obviously luxury, but there are some that are quite more affordable. Like Kosas is more in the regular mid-range price, but it's also Clean Beauty. So I need to get more into Kosas is what I'm trying to say. But and what I often find with Clean Beauty, which is a stereotype that is sometimes true and sometimes not, they don't perform as well or the same as regular beauty products. And sometimes you'll really notice it, like, oh, I just have to do this differently, I have to use a different brush, or I just have to, you know, temper my expectations with how something's gonna work. And sometimes you can just easily adapt to the formula, and other times you're like, ugh, I hate using this product because I don't like how you have to use it. This is one of those products that it lasts a long time. I mean, the performance, like the longevity is there because it's not budging now. But, you know, the fact that I really had to work it in, and it's got this kind of weird sheen to it, waxy texture like I was saying, I think it makes it a little bit harder to work with. So that might not be a big deal to you, but if you don't want to reach for a product, that's not going to make me want to go back to buying things from this brand. So just want to quickly point it out. It's not anything really against this particular product. I think it happens across a lot of products. And, you know, I kind of got into that with the concealer, how it's an odd texture, but it works the same. It gives you coverage. It's just kind of getting over that hump of like, okay, I have to use this product a little differently. Also, like powder products, some of them are exactly like any other powder, others are not. So let's just keep going with the face then. I'll show you like what other cream products I have. Like Kajer Weis, this is an expensive blush. This is a cream blush. I believe this is Blossoming or something like that. One of their popular pink shades. So this looks really dried out, and it is, but once you work this one in rather quickly, this is like one of the most lovely cream blush textures I've ever used. So even though this is clean, I love the texture of this, like no problem. It blends easy, it's pigmented, it's beautiful. Not that waxy, weird, like lipstick finish that I was talking about with this one. I mean, it's the same result. You're going to get color in your cheeks, but if you like the way something applies better than something else, you're probably going to use that one more. So I like this one. This is a clean brand, absolutely. And I love the formula of this one. So it just really depends brand to brand, like what they're like to apply. It depends on the product. Victoria Beckham, her cheeky Posh blush sticks. I have a couple of these. I love how convenient these are for travel. And I think when I first reviewed these, I thought they were a little bit dry, but I've been loving them. I've been having no issues with them at all. They're easy to apply. They're actually not that dry, and you can blend them out with a finger on your face. So these I have no performance with issues at all, but these are a premium price. For sure, I think the Kajer Weis and Victoria Beckham are even more expensive than the Rituel de Fille, but they're really nice, really pretty. Another kind of blushy product, but this is in its own category, so I don't want it to call it a blush product. This is the Jones Road Miracle Balm in Flushed. This particular shade, Flushed, I think is pigmented enough. You can use it as a cream blush, but I've been told that you're not supposed to expect that much color from it. If you want more color, there's a different like blush, cream blush product that I'm supposed to use. But this has a lot of color to it in my opinion. This is like a souped up kind of glowy Vaseline product. And it kind of gives you that lit from within, kind of that real glow, not like an artificial glow. Like it mimics how your skin might get a little bit shiny. So it's a really unique, pretty product. I find it to be very finicky, trying it different ways, putting it on top of makeup. I find that it removes makeup really easy, so I don't love that about it. I think I want it to be easier to use, but I get why it's popular, and I like that it's a bit different. It's not trying to be a blush or a highlight. It's its own little thing, but it is like a little bit tricky in my opinion to use. I think I'm gonna go with the Kajer Weis. It's been a minute since I've used this guy right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you what this is like. Oh, that might be a little bit much. Just a warm flush of color. This is a beautiful shade, like almost like you're flushed because you're hot or you're embarrassed. This actually mimics like how I get red if I'm hot or embarrassed. This is the right color for me. Super pretty. Super easy to apply. It becomes one with the skin. I probably could have applied a little bit less, but you guys can see how easy that was, how one it becomes with the skin. It didn't lift off of my foundation. Love, love, love that. So I really only have one highlighter from a clean beauty brand. This is Westman Atelier Lit Up Stick, and this is the Nectar shade, so it's a cream highlight. I personally think this is an overhyped product because for my personal taste, it's a very natural looking highlighter, but to me it's not enough. It doesn't show up enough for me, for my liking. So I don't personally use it a lot. It kind of gives you a nice kind of greasy glow. Of course, it doesn't stay greasy, but it's kind of got that tacky finish to it. Now some of you like love a subtle highlight. This is your jam. You're gonna love it. For me, it's just okay. But that's the highlight I have from Westman Atelier. All right, so bronzer. I don't have a cream bronzer that's clean. I have a powder one, so this is gonna be a little bit tricky. This is the Victoria Beckham Matte Bronzing Brick in the shade 1. So this is a powder. These are really gorgeous shades. This is a very light bronzer, very natural looking. I really like this one, but my issue is I don't have a setting powder that's clean. So I usually like to, once I'm done with my creams, I like to set my face before I put on other powder products. So I don't have anything to set my face with. So we're just going to go in with the bronzer without setting it. So I'm just going to try to keep things below that tacky highlighter so I don't like mess that up. So I'm just going to go across here. Oh yeah. That was too much. Just gonna maybe put it across the forehead, a little bit on the nose. Now blend that out. And now we have some warmth. Not really how I normally do my makeup, but we're trying the best. I'm trying the best here. I can here to stick with clean products. A little bit under the face. Onto the brows. I have the Kosas Air Brow in taupe. It's been a while since I've used this. I really think I like the color. It comes out a little bit thick, so you have to be really careful how you use this. And I have a lot to fill in. But it's a nice one. I recommend it. It's nicely priced, mid-range price, not too much. I believe they have a pencil too and a clear brow gel. So Kosas is one of those brands that it's still above drugstore pricing for sure, but it's not luxury pricing. It's one of those mid-range brands, as I was saying. I think it's worth checking out a couple of their products if you're interested. If clean, bright beauty is a priority for you, but you're just kind of getting into things and you want to try out some stuff without breaking the bank. Kosas is one of those brands that's really well reviewed, like pretty well reviewed, I think, overall. So this shade taupe, I think works well for me, but it does not come out super gracefully out of the tube and onto your brow. So again, like performance and is important to me, very important to me. So I don't know that I would repurchase this, but it does get the job done. You know what I mean? Like you can work with it and you can kind of troubleshoot and figure out the best way to use it for yourself. It's just like that execution for me is always really important. I like products to be easy. Now, this is one of those products that's as it starts to dry down, it gets pretty hard. It's a gel. So you can't really go back in and fix too much. Like you gotta move quickly. So that's one of those things about this one. And if you start putting a lot, like too much, it starts to make your brows look a little bit globby, like chunky. So it's not bad. It's worth checking out. Just know, like, you have to kind of know how to work with it and practice a little bit. All right, so on to eyeshadow. I have quite a few options. I also have quite a few eyeliners to choose from. So that's always nice. The eyeshadow powder that I have, one of them is a palette from Beckham Beauty. This is the Smoky Eye Brick in Silk. This is the shimmery eye brick that she has. The rest of the palettes are all mattes, and I got this very like warm toned shimmery one. I also have some eyeshadow singles or eyeshadow pods from Westman Atelier. Now I have the Rendezvous eye pod and the Le Jour eye pod. So this is the Le Jour, this is the Rendezvous. Now, talking about like clean beauty formulas, this is a prime example of how eyeshadows in the clean beauty formulas are often a bit different than what you might be used to. So Westman Atelier, I'll show you up close what the texture's like. Rituel de Fille, they also have some eyeshadow. For the Ash and Ember eye sets, I have Exuvier and Circle of Fire. These guys, very interesting texture and packaging. They are not like your typical powdery pressed powder. They're like a cream powder hybrid. And same with the Westman Atelier cream powder hybrid. Westman Atelier is definitely more of like a bouncy texture, and that when you touch it, you get some like pushback. Okay, definitely this one feels very cream-like when you touch it. This is the Tobacco shade, which is a very popular shade. This is from the Lejours, and you can see it has a sheen to it, and I think that really just comes from the creamy texture. You can also see, like, I pushed down hard enough to hit pan right there. You can really push these down. They're almost like clay-like. So when I stick my finger in here or brush in here, I have to kind of take several strokes with my natural hair brush to get the color to pick up on the brush. So it's a bit different, not that it's not workable, it's just, I don't know, more work than I'm used to, but I think if you like the shades, it's well worth that little extra effort. It's very different, right? And then the eye soots, these are a little drier, and I find it's hard to get in here because there's a small opening, but these are also like very pigmented cream, but not as like easily spreadable in my opinion. And then when I would work them in on my eye with a brush, I just found them hard to move around a little bit, hard to blend out. So I'm not reaching for these much because it's just a lot more work and a different result than I would normally get with a powder eyeshadow or even like a cream eyeshadow. So there are some trade-offs when they, you know, you take out certain ingredients from the eyeshadows. It is a different experience. It's a different way that you have to use them. Some people can adapt easily to that, and some people can't. A lot of it probably has to do with makeup experience, but I just want to note that sometimes the difference in the way you have to adapt is really small. Sometimes it's a bit more effort. The eyeliners that I have are all from Victoria Beckham Beauty. They're all the same formula, the Satin Kajal eyeliners. I have, let's see, 5 shades here. So I'm going to pick out some eyeshadows. I'm going to throw on a look, use some eyeliner. And as I do that, I'm going to talk through Clean Beauty. I think I'm going to use the Victoria Beckham Brick and a couple shades from Westman Atelier. There's a really pretty green shade. This is from the Rendezvous iPods Bon Chance. I haven't used that one in a while, and I kind of want to try it with the Olive eyeliner. They're both green. This is bronze. Dang, I'm colorblind, guys. This is the, I believe the olive, yes, olive eyeliner from Victoria Beckham and Bon Chance. They're both from that fun green family, so that might be fun. Hey, for St. Patrick's Day. By the time this video goes up, it will have already passed, but you know, sorry guys. Let's start out with this really light shade in the Victoria Beckham palette. This one right here. All right, so Clean Beauty in quotation marks. I honestly don't know that there's a standard definition of Clean Beauty. I heard that like brands that are accepted at Credo Beauty is like kind of a standard, I guess. Credo is a retailer, beauty retailer. That's basically only clean brands, so I guess they kind of decide what's clean and what isn't. I don't know that all of these brands are sold there. Actually, I'm not sure Victoria Beckham is, but Victoria Beckham is not sold many places at all, so not too surprised. I don't know their thoughts on all these brands. But anyways, as I was saying, like basically Clean Beauty just means that you're not including harmful ingredients or ingredients that are known to cause you issues. Now, if you want to be really extreme about, you know, what you put on your body, you could say you're not supposed to put any skincare or makeup on your body, because really none of it's supposed to be there. Potentially all of it could be disrupting or not good for you. And I kind of agree with that, but obviously it's worth the risk putting this stuff on my body. I think what I use is safe enough, but I am aware of the concerns people that have about including, you know, phthalates and things like that that can get into your bloodstream. But I also wear chemical sunscreen that's also known to get in your bloodstream, so I'm not like a very strict person when it comes to that stuff. I also think the benefits of using sunscreen outweigh the negative effects, the potential negative side effects that go along with it. So, but you know, I do realize that I'm putting on makeup for fun. I do not have to put makeup on my face. So I can definitely see the argument where whatever you put on your face just for decoration should be very safe. You're putting, especially you put it on multiple times a week, you know, who knows what it's doing to your health, right? I'm also one of those people that isn't super healthy when it comes to what I eat. So my level of caring is only so much. Of course, I try to do my best when it comes to eating, but I don't always make the best choices. I'm human. You know, I do like sweets and chocolate and all of that stuff. So I can only resist to a certain extent. And the same, I think, comes from beauty. Like that really pretty powder blush and eyeshadow that does not contain clean ingredients is going to be really tempting. I hate to say it, but it is. All right, so I'm going to use a little bit of this Bon Chance shade, and we'll see how this brush picks up this product. This is a natural hair, kind of fluffy brush, but I think I might, yeah, I'm gonna have to go in with something stiffer. So this, I'm not gonna use this brush, but this is a demonstration of like how the brush picks it up. This is a synthetic brush. It's not as smooth applying with some brushes, so it's kind of tricky. I'm gonna use something a little flatter just so I can get a little bit more control. So a little bit of a stiffer brush. Just taking this along the lid a little bit. Kind of have to drag it with your brush to get it to blend. So like, I like these iPods, but they're a bit more effort to kind of take across the lid with the brush. So we got some color there, a little bit of a grungy green. But clean beauty is whatever you want it to be, I think. I mean, if you want to target specific ingredients that you don't want in anything you use, then look for that. If you are like, oh, it says clean beauty, I trust it, just know like there's no standard. Like that's universal. So I would just, you know, if you are looking to avoid certain things, of course, look for that in the ingredients. Make sure the ingredients are available to you. But otherwise, it's up to kind of your discretion to do your homework on what, you know, to you is considered a safe product. I don't want to push you one way or another. As I've already said, like, it's not like a big priority for me. For me, performance, packaging, colors, shade choices, those are more important on my list of priorities when I purchase something, rather than looking at, you know, is it clean or not. So right, so we got some green on the lid. I do want to put something underneath my eye, and I think I'm going to go with this shimmery shade from the Brick underneath. Very earthy eye look today. Very natural face, a little bit more dramatic eye. Okay, so put on some eyeshadow. Now onto this Satin Control eyeliner from Olive. That's Olive from Victoria Beckham. I cannot talk. So this eyeliner is one of my favorite formulas ever. It's super pigmented and creamy, and it just goes on so easily. Now this is a bit harder to do with one hand, so I'm going to use two. And I'm going to use the other end to smudge it out, because I don't want it to look too hard. Same for the other side. There we are. Now this rubber thing on the other end is super helpful to kind of blend out that eyeliner so the line is not as like obvious where it starts and stops. But there is our eyeshadow look with all clean product. All right, mascaras. I have found that of the clean mascaras that I've tried, which is not that many, the formulas, I cannot really tell a difference, that they are clean. So I think that's a good sign that they, you know, perform pretty much the same. Now the Victoria Beckham one, the Future Lash, that is a tubing mascara. I don't really know that it's like worth the price. I like the tubing formula, but it didn't do like a lot for my lashes in terms of performance and like really lengthening them, and I had a hard time like getting product onto my lashes with the wand that it has. But it's a very gentle, like I feel like I have a little bit of eye sensitivity when I put mascara on these days. I feel like it's really nice to apply it with that mascara. It like barely kind of touches my lashes, it seems like. The performance on that one just could be better. I've been really liking the Jones Road mascara. This is Pitch Black, the mascara. It's got a very kind of fat curved wand, which I have to be very careful about using, but this is the wand on it. And it does quite a bit for my lashes in terms of volumizing. I wouldn't say it's like super lengthening, but it does kind of give the illusion of a thicker, fuller lash line. I don't really notice any flaking or anything like that. It doesn't sting my eyes. But this, I mean, acts like any other mascara, and the wand is different. So I'm going to use a bit of a cleanup with Q-tip to clean up little excess that I put on my skin there. Alright, so on to lips. I don't have actually a lot of clean beauty in the lip category, unfortunately, but I do have a couple products from Victoria Beckham. The Bitten Lip Tint. I have Baisu and the lipstick Jump, which is the Posh lipstick. I think I'm gonna go with Jump. It's a bit of a cooler toned lipstick, and this performs honestly like any other lipstick. I don't notice that it's a clean formula. It's such a pretty shade too. So this is a little bit more nighttime because we have a little bit of a deeper lip and deeper eyes. Alright, so here is the final look, a full face of Clean Beauty. I really like the result. I'm obviously a huge fan of most of these products. I do realize I do have some gaps. So as I said, I don't have a setting powder. I don't have a more medium coverage foundation, which I probably could use right now. I'm a little bit shiny, so I need more powders of everything. Powder, setting powder, powder blush, powder highlight in a clean formula would probably be helpful, just because I know I can't wear creams all year long when it gets really hot. You know, this stuff kind of melts away, and so I need to make sure it's all in place with a good layer of powder. I do like the result. I think it's very pretty and kind of just an enhanced kind of natural beauty with all these products. And I wanted to do something with the green just because I wanted to try the green. I do love green, but I wanted to show you that like clean beauty doesn't have to always be like a natural no makeup look. You can have a lot of fun with the colors available out there. It doesn't have to be something neutral and boring. It can be a date night look. It can be a special occasion look using these products. But as I noted throughout the video, some of these products you have to adapt to. But I think that's also probably true with a lot of regular beauty products that are new to you. Sometimes you just have to learn how to play with them, even though they may feel like any other powder product out there, especially eyeshadow. Some eyeshadows are just trickier than others to use and apply. So the same sort of concept applies with clean beauty, but I think more so because especially like eyeshadows, they just are a bit different consistency. But I still think they're really beautiful. You do kind of have to learn how to use them. But it was fun putting together this video and just talking through what's in my collection, what I'm enjoying, and what I think about when I use these products. If you guys have any favorite clean beauty products or brands that you think I should try, please comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.